Okay. Well, hello, everybody. As promised, I am back with Touching Eternity, the podcast. This is just a pre show to tomorrow night, the Wednesday night weekly show. Again, this week we've been talking a lot about tarot. We started that last night. I've always signed in a few minutes early to let some people get logged in before we start talking about tonight's topic. And so I'm just going to let a few people get checked in and signed on. I have messaged a few people to let them know that I'd be coming on tonight. There's some people interested in taking the tarot class. So I'll let them know that I would be on tonight talking a lot about it. And so if they're able to come on tonight, that would be great because this would help them get prepared for the class. So again, this is just to help them get prepared, and I will let a few people sign in. I'm just waiting for some to sign in before I get started. Again, yes, I just got a message back from one that she will be coming in, and then I posted it on Facebook. Just because we had a really good conversation last night about the tarot and about the different types of courses that I teach. I teach 3 different types. I do teach an intuitive tarot, which is just about, using your intuition to read the tarot. I teach another class, which is called Tarot, the Whole Story, which really breaks it down card by card and then goes over some lays. And then I teach an advanced class, master class in tarot, which covers a lot about ethics and developing your viewpoints so that you can develop and master your own technique in the tarot. So we got one person that's joined us, and like I said, I always sign in a few minutes early just to let people get signed on before I get started talking about the main topic tonight, which will be tarot. I got some things here that I am going to share with you. Okay, 3 people signed up. Like I said, I will get started at 8 o'clock. That's about 4 minutes. If y'all want to take a little quick break, use the bathroom, go grab something to drink like I did. Because tonight's going to be a lot of talking about the tarot cards and readings and the tarot deck. And this is like a precursor for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'm really going to get into the major arcana and the story of the Fool. Tonight is just explaining a lot about the personality of the tarot, and so that you don't get totally lost tomorrow when I'm trying to explain things. We only have about an hour, and the course is usually 3 hours. So I'm just trying to give you some of the extra highlights, so that if you do join me tomorrow, you can get a better full meaning of everything. And like we said last night, one way to prepare to be a good reader is to read a lot of children's stories, children's poems, nursery rhymes, those things. Read to your children, read to your nieces, your nephews, friends, kids. Those are very good because they're rhythmic and they flow, and it just helps you become a better reader. I'm going to try to take these off because I see the glare hitting you guys, and I don't want that to happen either unless I need them. So as we are getting people signed in, and it should be starting soon. I got to put these back on. We got a couple more minutes, and I see the numbers going up, and I'm hoping people are going to get something to drink or use it, because this is going to be a really cool conversation, especially if you plan to join tomorrow night, because this will help you stay up. I'm going to explain a lot about the different suits tonight. I'm going to explain a lot about hair color, careers, things of that matter, things that match those things. So again, I'm just waiting for the 8 o'clock mark. Okay, yes, people are starting to come back. We're going to get started in just a second, and I'm going to introduce a couple of things to you. So like I said earlier, hey Tina, hola amiga, hola mi amigo, hola amiga for you. But anyway, so the 3 classes that I do teach for tarot for people, my favorite one is intuitive tarot, because that is your expression. Intuitive tarot is where you really don't learn the meanings of the cards, but you use your interpretation. You use your intuition and you allow that to flow through. You just kind of learn some basic things about the cards and you allow your energetic self guide you through the reading. And that's actually my favorite class. Then I do teach another class that's called Tarot with Sid, and it's called The Whole Story. And it comes with this wonderful, we get you to download this wonderful book called Tarot with Sid, The Whole Story. I do always recommend the Rider-Waite deck, and that's what the Rider-Waite looks like. This is a good teaching deck because it is the original, I call it the original tarot. It goes after it's really designed after the original tarot used. And if you open this up, it really does cover all the different decks. It covers the astrology, it covers the numerology, it covers the symbology. It covers a lot of stuff that we cover in this class. And there's a PowerPoint that goes with it that I probably will be using some of tomorrow night. But this is part of the class. It's the whole, I used to teach this over like almost a week because even though this book looks small, it covers a lot of material. The symbolism alone, it covers the symbolism in almost every card, like what every picture in every card is. So it's a lot. And then it covers the astrology, the numerology, as well as all the symbolism and colors in the card. So we talk a lot about color therapy. We talk a lot about numerology in the cards. We talk a lot about the astrology in the cards. We talk a lot about the symbology and symbolism in the cards. And it's just, hey, Gina, and hey, Penny, hey, Denise. So what it does, what this class does, it just kind of helps you build a relationship with your cards so that when you look at them, you kind of can get a feel about what they mean. I like to use, I have a little box I keep mine in now, a little box that I got from Honduras. I like to use the Rider-Waite deck, which was on the front cover, which this is, let me turn it this way. This is the Rider-Waite deck. It's very colorful, very, very plain, easy to see pictures. There are a lot of decks. Hi, Mary. There are a lot of tarot decks that are very, hi, Daphne, you made it. There are a lot of tarot decks that are very pastel. They have different themes. There's the theme of tarot for everything. You've got New Orleans tarot. They got mystic tarot. They got crystal tarot. They got herbal tarots. They got fairy tarots, cat tarots, owl tarots. You name it, they've made a tarot deck with it. Everybody wants, hey, Gwen, baby, they want their tarot decks to get famous. You know, I stick with the original Rider-Waite, at least to learn. Once you've learned, then you can, if you see another deck you want to try and play with and get to know, then I say maybe advance to another deck, but I always like to learn with Rider-Waite because this is the original old school tarot deck, okay? You could also learn with playing cards because in the tarot deck is the playing cards. So like this is the Knight of Cups. In the Knight of Cups, this is the Jack of Hearts in a playing deck of cards. He's the Jack of Hearts. He is the communicator, you know, in the playing deck of cards. The King of Cups, which we will talk about tomorrow night. The King of Cups, because we're going to go over, no, we won't, this will be the next week. We're going to go over the major deck tomorrow. The King of Cups would be the King of Hearts. And right next to the King is the King of Wands, which is the King of Clubs in a regular playing deck of cards. So remember that the tarot deck consists of 56 cards that are the minor deck, which is the 52 cards that are in the regular playing cards, plus 4 jokers, 1 for each suit, which represents the children. And I'm going to show you that. Here's the joker or the page of cups. So this is the page of hearts, or the joker of hearts. So this would be this would be an extra to the 52. So there's 4 of these because there's 4 suits. So 56 cards for the minor deck. And then there is, hey Chris, and then there is 22 of the major deck. And the major deck consists of cards like the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, the moon, the moon. And it's basically what it is the fool's journey through life. And it starts out with the fool being 0, and then it goes into their journey in life. And in the death card, of course, is in there, which is transition and change, because there is no such thing as death. But what you need to know is that it's all about life. That tarot is all about life. And there really is, and people say, like, oh, there's all this negative. Like, here's a negative card, supposedly. This is the 3 of Swords. And basically what it means, it's family heartache or family sorrow or some kind of family pain or a family issue. And, but what I tell people is knowing about it helps you resolve. Hey, Kim, helps you resolve that problem. Here's another one that looks kind of bad. And it has several meanings. So this is the 10 of Swords. For me, it has several meanings. Depending on the cards around it, it could mean someone stabbing you in the back. It could also mean a surgery of some kind or a procedure, depending if there's health cards near it or a person card near it or a person and then something else. It has several meanings to me, depending upon what's around it. Okay? So understand that, cards don't have just one meaning. A lot of it depends on what's around it. What is the story that's being told? And that's why I tell people, get in the habit of telling a story. That's very, very important when you're learning to read tarot. Because, and again, you're not making the story up. People say, well, then it's just me making it up. No, you're not. Everything is not black and white. You're not sitting here reading it from a book. You're taking the energy or the frequency. I don't want to say energy because you're taking the frequency of your sitter, blending it with your frequency and what you're getting from the cards, and you're allowing those frequencies to blend and talk to you. And you're speaking the story of the frequencies that you're receiving, is a good way to put it. And that's how tarot storytelling works. That's how you start predicting predicting the future or predicting the situations about what's going on in someone's life, is that you're allowing the frequencies to blend within you and you're allowing it to flow. Okay. And again, what I always tell people, I was like, well, I don't think that's going to happen, or I don't understand that. Well, why are you coming to me? You're not supposed to. If you knew it, you wouldn't need me. Right? You're coming because you want to know what's going to happen. Well, if you knew, what the heck you coming to me for? Right? You're not supposed to. If you knew, then what you coming here for? No, I'm helping you see what I see so that you can, if it's something negative, we can work at making it positive or avoid it. Or if it's something positive, we can make it better. That's why you go see an intuitive. That is why you want to see what we need to do to make a situation better. That is why you see an intuitive. Okay? That is why you should be seeking an intuitive, to make the best version of yourself, to make sure you have better outcomes. That is the whole purpose of going to see an intuitive. And most people don't get that. They just want to know if their boyfriend's cheating, if their girlfriend's cheating. They want to know if they really love them. All their insecurities pour out. But what it's really about is learning that they need to love themselves, and they need to build upon that love, which is important, because then nothing else matters. And so understanding that and then helping incorporate that by helping someone see that within themselves and helping them grow is what your job is as an intuitive, is seeing what's coming up, the opportunities they have that they can use to help them see that about themselves. And so that's where all this comes in. And I can tell you now, when I see somebody in somebody's future, they love to tell me, well, I don't know that person. Well, of course you don't. If you did, you'd already be with them. Sure, it's not somebody I know already. Well, why would you want it to be? You obviously didn't care for them that much. You'd be with them already, right? Why does it have to be somebody you already know? I get that a lot. I really do. I never forget. I was reading a woman that I worked with, and she was in love with somebody else that we worked with. You know how that goes. And this guy did not like her at all. And she was so heartbroken by it. And this guy was such a narcissistic ass. And I was like, I just don't get what she sees in him. But she really, really liked him. I mean, he was good looking, but he was just not the nicest person to other people, especially to her. And I was like, I just don't know what she sees in him, but she really wanted to be with him. And she come to me for a reading, and she kept saying, you don't see me with him? I'm like, no. I said, actually, I see you with somebody else. She's like, who you see me with? I said, I see you with a preacher with 2 kids about a year from now. And she laughed at me. And I said, I actually see you marrying this guy who's of the cloth, and he's got 2 kids. And she laughed at me, and sure enough, she caught me a year later. She married somebody of the cloth who had 2 children, and they lived happily ever after. No, that guy is far from being a preacher, Alicia. But anyway, so that was a true story, So, you really, quit. What I've learned in life, and that's one reason why I teach energetics. And here I go again with the energetics. Y'all got to shoot me whenever we talk about energetics so much. But that's the one reason I teach energetics, is because we can't see past the front of our noses. And so we seem to get stuck in that realm right here. And we never see the whole world right in front of us. And when we try to see our life, we never get past here. And if we learn to shine and we learn energetics, it opens the whole world to us beyond what we can see. And it attracts those energies past the front of our noses, and it opens doors. And that's where I try to get my people to become the best version of not. Why do you want to date somebody you've known all your life? Do I know this person? No, hopefully not. Because obviously it wasn't that good, or you'd have been with them already. I get that a lot from ladies. Well, do I know them already? Hopefully not. I hope this is somebody new, because if it was somebody you knew, you should have been going after them already. Have you been looking? Well, no. I said, well, then why would you want to be with somebody you already know? Obviously, you've not been that interested, or you would have made an attempt. I laugh at someone. I'm like, no, hopefully this looks like somebody different. Welcome that. Some of us are afraid of anything that's beyond the front of our noses. Stop that. Stop having fear. Learn to let go of the fear. Anyway, so let's get back into the cards again. So there are 4 suits, and I'm gonna show them to you. Let's see. Let me find all 4 suits here. While I'm doing, I'll break up the others. Oh God, I'm getting a lot of the major deck here. I don't want to use a court card. Okay. Don't want to use a court card. I'm looking for a club that's not a court card. Here we go. Okay. So there's 4 suits. There is coins, which this is the 4 of coins. Pentacles, as it said in some. It's the 4 of pentacles. And this is diamonds. So this is the 4 of diamonds. If I was looking at a regular deck of cards. So what I want to tell you about pentacles. Pentacles is usually somebody that has, if it's a person, they usually, not always, usually it could be a hair color. It would be a dark hair color, like a dark brown or black hair color. Pentacles also mean value. These pentacles all talk about things of value, not always money, but things of value, things that bring value or take away value, or in this case, guard value. Okay, so pentacles are all about value. So remember that, not always money, but value. Sometimes it's personal value. So pentacles are always about value. Sometimes positive, sometimes negative. Just depends, okay? Pictures tell you a lot, okay? The next one is Swords. The next one, this is the Ten of Swords. And I told you a little bit about this one earlier, but this is the Ten of Swords. Swords are the spades. And this is usually people with light brown hair or medium to light brown hair if you're reading a person. Swords are usually, if I'm looking at a sword career, these are your lawyers, these are professors, these are administrative people, like maybe even a nurse or a doctor or healthcare. This also could be people who deal with contracts, military, police. These are sword careers as well. These are cups, and this is the Eight of Cups, and this is the hearts of the tarot. And hearts are usually blonde-haired people. These are things that bring about romance, love, or personal feelings. They bring about feelings or emotions. Emotions, not always of love, but of emotions of, they create emotions of some kind. Sometimes positive, sometimes negative. But that's what cups are normally about. And then there are wands, or I call them wands. People call them some other, I call them wands. But these are the clubs of the tarot. And this is the Three of Clubs. And the clubs are redhead people, or people with auburn hair, or strawberry red, that kind of blondish red hair. This also is the career cards, or things that look at futuristic, or their purpose cards. You know, like, what is my purpose? What is my career? What is my job? What is our duties as well? So that's what the clubs are about. Okay, so that's the four suits, and that's what they represent. Okay, hey, Elizabeth. So when you're reading, if you just keep that in your head and you start looking at the pictures, you could do a reading, because you can look at the pictures, and if you remember those key words, you're going to already know where you're going with everything, because they're going to start blending with stuff. Okay? So that's really, really important to remember. Okay, so just remember that. And like I said, I'm just prepping this. I will be teaching an intuitive class, and then I'll be teaching the whole story class. I'll show the book again. So intuitive is just me teaching you how to intuitively decode, but then I do a whole series with Tarot with Sid, the whole story, which comes with this book that covers all the symbology, everything, covers the astrology, the symbolism, all that wonderful stuff. And you actually get you get all the pages that are in there. I don't put the book together. You got to put your own book together, because it's a lot. You gotta, I send you the download for all the pages that are in there, so that you can learn, have that as well. My friend Daphne, who's watching, actually, I loaned her one of those books, because she's learning tarot currently. That's why I have her on here, so she can follow along a little bit and understand those. So also know, so I gave you hair color. I gave you the suit that they represent, and I gave you basically kind of what the basic meaning of each category are. So can you look at the pictures? If I was teaching you intuitive tarot, if I was teaching you intuitive tarot, you would look at the board. I'd have those written on a board, and you would look at the board and be able to look at the pictures and say, hey, okay, so this means something about this. And then, of course, then you would blend that with what you have. And you would go on to read more and more. Now, let's talk about numerology a little bit. So let me go through here. And I'm not gonna pull up each suit. I'm just gonna pull out one of each number. So there's a 2, so I'll use that one, because that'll be the second one. I had a 3 in here. I had a 3 in the ones I just had. There's a 3. Okay, let me find an ace. So, and aces are good. I'll put that ace. So aces are ones. And this is the Ace of Cups. Look, it looks just like a like a wedding picture to make with the dove and the hand of God coming out of the clouds. And so basically, ones are about new beginnings. So whenever I see this card, this usually when it's straight up or if it's in a positive field to me, this is usually about something about a new relationship. Doesn't always necessarily mean with a person. Because I gotta be realistic when I'm reading. If this is 90-year-old grandma and I know she ain't going dating anybody, and I know, and I get this card, I know this is about another type of new relationship with her. It could be a new business relationship. It could be a new grandchild coming in. It could be, but it's a new kind of bonding relationship with her, a newfound love. It's all about a new thing that comes close to her heart because it's an ace, but it's a gift from God. If it's a negative, sometimes those come upside down, sometimes they don't. It could be something around it makes it negative, or a feel that I get. Negative, it could mean divorce. It could mean a separation of something new. It could be the loss of something near to her, or somebody moving away, or something happening. And it's unexpected. But ones are about new beginnings, or new changes, or new things because it's a one. Ones are always something new, or a gift from God, or something that is supposed to happen, or could be a karmatic thing if it's a negative. Okay? Twos. Twos are about relationships, not always personal with people. Business, monetary, work, personal. Twos are about coupling. Twos are also about rhythm and timing. So when I have, and I'm working with a two, and in this case, it is about a relationship because it is the Two of Cups, which is two of love. Hey, Susan, that is two of love, but it depends. With me, since I read more than one card, it would depend on what's next to it. Because it could be the love of animals. It could be the love of career. It could be the love of family. It could be the love of something else or something that's coming together. And so that's what I would have to look at, the other cards around it. But that's what twos are about. Threes are about collaboration. Threes are about moving forward. Threes are about creativity. And so in all of the cards, there's going to be something about that. But you look at the picture. For me, with this card, this is about career. So this is about putting your back. Like if I was going to get this card by itself, I would probably tell somebody, because swans, remember, about business or career. And look at the guy. He's putting his back to something and he's looking into the future. So I would say you just put out, you're looking at another job, or you're looking to see where you can take your career. That's just by looking at this one card. I had nothing else to go by. That's probably what I would say about that card. Because threes are about creating. You're trying to create new experiences for yourself or a new career for yourself. You're looking at what more can I do? Okay. Let's see if I can go find. I got to find. Okay, there's an 8. There's a 10. There's a 4. I need a 4. Let me get some more numbers here real quick. Now you have to remember too that I also have some cards. There's a 9. I also have some cards that I read different than anything else, just because I oh, that's more. I'm going to separate those. I'll need those for tomorrow night. Just because I have I need a time card, so I picked a card to be a time card, and I needed a card to show move, like a physical move, like of a house or an apartment or a career, and I have a card that I picked for that. So I do have some cards that are personal just for me. Okay, that's an 8. There's a 5. 4, 5. I need a 6 and a 7 somewhere. Oop, I didn't want to do that. That one can go there. Well, there's a 7. Okay, now I just need a 6. Where is a 6? There's a 6. Okay. All right, so we can go through them now. So 4s, and I think I showed you this one earlier. 4s are about stability. Fours are usually about stability. Fours are about fact. Fours are about working hard. And this guy's holding on to his money. So he's working hard. So fours are about hard work, hard labor, working hard, doing those things in numerology. So a lot of them you see a four, that's what you're thinking about when you see that and you start looking at the picture. So that's fours. Fives are all about movement and change and movement and change. And in this one is the Five of Swords, and this was about defeat and about battle. And you've been keep seeing your force lately, Whitney. This is about movement and change and defeat, and after you conquer something, being able to move with it. So this is why this is a five, and this is about being able to solve issues, defeat them, and move on. That's what that number's about. And then sixes are all usually about family, usually about family or something to do with your family. And this is definitely about family. This is about coming together, committing to family, maybe buying a house or having family move in, depending upon what's around it. Has a few meanings depending upon what's around it, but it's all about family and coming together and creating good relationships. Okay. Seven, sevens are very spiritual, and this is about holding your ground spiritually and believing in yourself and holding back the enemy at work, because it is a career card, or just in your endeavors, holding things back. Seven is also the spiritual number. It's also about doing things on your own, and sometimes feeling alone, but being able to conquer things on your own. So that's sevens. This is the numerology pieces, folks. Eight is all about power and money, and in this case, in the eight of cups, it's all about this guy saying, "I've done all I can do here. Now it's time for me to move on to new horizons. I have conquered. I have done what I needed to do. I need to take my energy and move it on to something else, which is over those rocks, and look for a better challenge." Nine is always about endings, and in this case, it's the Nine of Swords. It's all about, in this case, in this particular card, it's all about realizing that you need to change things. You can't sleep. You got to do some change in your life. You need something to happen. You can't sleep at night. You're worrying about stuff. You need to make some changes. You got to get rid of stuff that's not working. You got to end some things, make new things come and happen. And 10, which is, well, 9 is numerology. So 10 goes back to 1. And so this is like the end of stuff, and you need to start all over. In this case, this is someone stabbed you in the back. You need to move on. 10s are all about new beginnings. You need to fix something so you can create and start something new. And then you go into the court cards, which is, I will show you some court cards. There he is. I'm gonna show you all one suit. So then you have the page, which is the jokers. And like I'm gonna show you also, the page is all about new beginnings and new things developing. And this is the page of wands. And so for him, this would be like a new job or a new opportunity or a new business or a new invention or something, new project that you want to get involved in. And it depends on what's around it, tells you whether you can, how you're going to do with it. And then the Knight of Wands is the ambition or the energy you put into a project or your career, trying to get it moving, trying to get it going, or if it's upside down, that you're just not doing what you're supposed to do. And then there's my least favorite card, is this one, the Queen of Wands, because when she's straight up, she's a powerful woman who is very strong and very intelligent. Boy, when she's upside down, she is the most frightening card in the deck. This is the B word or the C word when she's upside down and she's negative at you. This is the one that if you're a model and she's nearby, she'll throw the marbles on the floor to see you fail. She is the social climber, the ladder climber when she's in her negative phase. She is the most evil card in the deck. Right there. That's her when she's upside down. And then there's the King, who he's not as evil as she is, but he is, like, when he's straight up, he is the good businessman. He is awful. When he's upside down, he's a failure. He's where as much as she is evil, he's a failure. Anything he touches just doesn't work. It just doesn't happen when he's in his negative phase. So she's just evil when she's upset, but he is just, as much as she is evil, he's a failure. You know, the evil guy is not the king of wands. The evil guy is actually the most evil guy in the deck is the Knight of Swords upside down. He is that narcissist that will slice your throat when you least expect it. He's probably the most evil guy. So the most evil woman in the deck is the Queen of Wands upside down, and the most evil guy is probably the Knight of Swords upside down. To me, that's who I read as the two most evil people in the deck. If they come up, like those are ones I tell you, watch out. If they're around you, be careful. Look at that person, know who they are, get them out of your life. So that is just basically the numerology and a little bit about the cards, and and a little bit about what some of the basic numerology meanings are. And then there's symbols in them. So, and the symbols get really deep. So I'm not going to get in. I have, like I said, if you ever come with me and take this class, Tarot with Sid, we literally go over. I'll read some of the symbols to you. Anyway, so astrological wise, wands represent fire, pentacles represent earth, cups represent water, and the swords represent air. And actually, that was the only typos, because the where I pulled the information, they had it wrong on the website. I had to go back and change it because they had it wrong. And I put in a document where I got all this from. It's in here, but they actually had that wrong on the astrology part. I came from there was a website called tarotcardmeanings.net, which I think has been taken down now. Y'all can go look at it. That's where I pulled most of this information from, and it taught you everything. And people were asking me last night about how many different types of layouts they have. I'm going to show them to you. I'm going to see if I can show them to you here online. When we get to the PowerPoint tomorrow night, I think I might have some there, but I'll show you. Here's one page of them. These are some of the spreads. I don't know if you can see those, but each one of those blue names is a spread. And then there's a bunch more on another page. And each spread, there's more. I'm sorry, there's more than that. There's one page. Then there's another page, and then there is another page. And each page has a different category of spread. So, like, there's a spread if you're looking for a certain job, or you're looking for a certain love, if you're looking for a missing pet, if you're looking for money, new relationships, past life spreads. Heartache spreads. I always do the Celtic cross. I always do the Celtic cross, which is a little cross in the middle, 2 cards, 1, 2, and then I lay 1 card to the east, north, west, south, then 1 in the bottom, and go 3 more on top that way. So it's a cross, and then 4 piles up on the side, and then I do that. I lay around the center pile and up the side. I'll make it 3 cards deep, so that it tells a story, and then I read it certain ways. And I will show you some of that tomorrow. When Magni's here tomorrow, he'll be able to probably fix a camera. I'm gonna say if he'll have time to fix a camera, I can show you my desk, and I can actually show you me and the desk at the same time, so I can actually do some layouts for you. We do that for the numerology class when I teach numerology, so we can work on charts together, numerology charts together. We do the numerology class, so that's real interesting. Do y'all have any, before I move on to more tarot stuff, do you have any questions about anything that I've covered so far? Like, do y'all have any questions about the tarot, about anything that I've covered so far? I wanted to just show you, like, how many, somebody asked me, how many lays, do y'all have, like, is there a lot of lays you can do? Well, yes, there is. If I see any questions pop up, I'll answer them for you. Anyway, there are the major deck, which I'm trying to, let me see if I can pull the rest of the major deck out of here for you guys. And I'll just show you this now, because tomorrow night we are going to go over the entire major deck together. That is going to be tomorrow's focus. It is going to be the entire major deck. So I will do that tomorrow night. Here, our friend, I like him. I'm going to try to just, it's justice. Lovers, the Empress, the High Priestess, my favorite, the Tower, the Hermit. A lot of people don't like the Tower. I love the Tower. Tower of Destruction's like, I think it's cool. A lot of people don't like because it's like it's a scary card, but actually a lot of people don't. I'm gonna show it to you. A lot of people don't like this card because it's so scary and looking and evil looking, but I love. Yes, it is, Chris. The practice upside down have different meaning. Correct? Yeah, they can, Kim. Like they're supposed to have the opposite meaning, but I don't. It depend. For me, it really depends on what I'm feeling from the person I'm sitting with. If I feel something negative, then I say negative, even if it's straight up. You know, I use the vibration more than I do where the card goes. One quick question: how do you differentiate a new start from a necessary ending? So basically, in numerology, okay. So how do you differentiate a new start from a necessary ending? 1 versus 10. So in numerology, 10 is 1, pretty much, and you know, then you get into the court cards after that. So they have their own meanings, the court cards. But basically in numerology, 10 is 1. You know, when you do numerology, so it's like a different beginning, is what I would say. And it just depends. I mean, in numerology, 10 is 1. And so 1, 0 is 10. And 1 through 9, it has its own meanings. Okay, so a lot of people asking me about numerology. It is online. I'm going to post it soon. I don't know when. What I'm trying not to do right now, Whitney, is Touch in Eternity is such a big event and it's such a good event that I'm trying not to post too many classes before Touch in Eternity, because I want people to be able to afford to go to Touch in Eternity. And Touch in Eternity is a phenomenal event. And I try to spread my classes out so that people can afford to do certain things. And so Touch in Eternity this year is going to be excellent. I got a psychic artist who's phenomenal. She's a medium. She's phenomenal. I'm doing the second part of energetics plus doing the first part, which is going to be phenomenal. Dominic and Scott are there. They're both phenomenal. If anybody's going to do anything that I'm doing this year, Touch in Eternity is the thing you need to do. If you can't make that, that's fine. I am going to do other things. I probably will do the tarot class before Touch in Eternity. Okay, numerology will come after Touch in Eternity. And then I'm going to do the energetics class again. I am going to do the energetics class again right at the end of hurricane season. And then I'm going to hold another big mediumship class probably in November, a really big mediumship class in November. But Touch in Eternity this year is going to be phenomenal. And it's going to be the most affordable one we've ever had because of the hotel we got is phenomenal. They gave us really great prices. The conference this time covers really everything there is to do. Covers all the classes. It covers the meet and greet, which will cover a mimosa too. So the meet and greet it covers all the demonstrations. It covers the seance, which before you had to pay extra for those. You won't have to pay extra for those this time. It covers your seance. It covers the demonstrations. It covers the extras that before it never did that. The only thing I don't think it's going to cover is if you wanted to book a private session with one of us, and we were offering those. And it's not going to cover. We will have our photography there if you want it. It's not going to cover that. But everything else, it's going to cover. Any of the other events, it's going to cover. So that is, I mean, for the price is It's really good. And unfortunately, there was another event that was scheduled that was similar to ours in April that was canceled. So I'm hoping that, I'm thinking that we may fill up. So I'm just hoping everybody gets in and gets their rooms and stuff early. What's a big hotel? I think we'll have enough room wise. I just hope we have enough room in the conference room wise. Yeah. So Touch in Eternity is going to be like, it's for anybody. It's not just for me. Everybody says, "Oh, it's just for mediums." It really isn't just for mediums because it offers so much more. Where is my Empress? I'm missing my Empress. Let me go look for my Empress. I don't see her. I saw her earlier, but it's a really good event. And I mean, it's in Orlando. The hotel rooms are like $79 a night, plus it's a $15 resort charge, which is normally $30. They cut it in half for us. That includes your parking. It includes your bus rides to and from Disney or Universal or any of the two theme parks. Well, where is she? Marriage? No, she's not there. I can't find my Empress. I saw her. There she is. Okay, I'm losing my mind. Okay, 4, and I need 5. Anyway, it's like I said, this is going to be a really, 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 really good event. So I'm super excited about it. That is 11. There's 5. Four, 5, 6. All right. And that's 8. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get all of these together so I'm gonna go through the major deck with you tonight, and I'm just trying to get them all together. And it looks like I'm missing some, but I thought I pulled them all. So I'm missing the Fool. Go figure. And I'm missing. This is 9. So that's 8, 9, 10. This is the last one. And this is the second to last one. And that's VI. Where's IV? That says XIX. That's 19. That's 15. I need 14. That's 12. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 16. That's 17. That's 18, 19, 20. Okay, so I'm missing a couple. Missing 2. Okay, it looks like one here. Nope. All right, folks. Let's see here. Let me go through these one more time. Oh, there's one. There's one. That's only when I teach this class, you got to put these things. Oh, there's 2. And I need the Fool, and then we'll be on our way. There he is. All right. The Fool and the Magician and the Chariot. That's the one I couldn't. Okay. So the major deck, which is 22 cards, and that's what I was trying to pull out, and they get kind of mixed when you start shuffling a lot. They get kind of mixed in because they have pictures, and all the others have pictures too. But it's the Fool's Journey Through Life, and I'm going to kind of show you why they say that. So your first card is the Fool, and if you look at him, I'm going to kind of just show you a little bit. When you look at the Fool, if you notice, and you're going to hear this probably a little bit tomorrow night because I'm going to go over these again tomorrow night. If you look at this, he's standing there about to walk off a cliff, so you think that's kind of stupid of him, but he's really very smart when he's straight up because he's got this dog over here that is barking, and so the dog is there telling him he's about to walk off a cliff. So he's really very smart. He's very intelligent when he's straight up. When he's upside down, he's the total opposite. And then the Magician, who starts him off on his journey. And if you notice in the Magician card, he has all four elements. He has the coins, the cups, he has the wand and the sword on the table. So he has all four suits are located here. And this is him getting ready to challenge life with all the elements. He's getting ready to challenge life and start his journey of infinity. This is having all the tools he needs to move forward. And what is the first thing we need in life once we get our tools? Is an education. And that's who the High Priestess is. She is all about education. Once we get our knowledge, we always have our mom. She's the mother of the cards, the father of the cards. And then we have the preacher of the cards. He's the Pope. And then we fall in love and get married. And then we journey off on our honeymoon and we find strength and love. And then we find about our journey, our spiritual side, our journey in life. And then we work on our fortune and developing who we are, the Wheel of Fortune. And then we find out the hard truths of life. We go to work. We find out the hard truths, justice. It's the Fool's Journey. And then more spirituality and consciousness comes into play. And then we deal with change, death, change. And death is not death. Death is severe change. We understand we have changes we have to make. We have to go back and readjust through the lessons that we've learned in this life. And so we make those adjustments because of all those pressures, we have the chance, we have a possibility of gaining addictions because the devil is all about addictions. Notice that the people in the photo here are chained to what appears to be the devil, but it's not. It's really Pan. It's all fake. Okay? And they're not really chained. They're loosely, the things around their neck are very loose. They could leave at any time. That's why this is about addiction, because they choose to be there. And then there's the Tower saying we have a choice here. And that's why I love the Tower card so much. The Tower is all about, it's time to burn the dead grass so new grass can grow. Let's get rid of the crap that's not working in our life so we can let new grass grow, so we can make the changes we need to make so that we can have success again and things can flow right. That's the Star. However, if we don't do that, there will be things that we will hide, things that we will covet. But if we don't do that, we can bring sunlight and friendships closer to us. And that's when we'll have to face our judgment day and become the best versions of ourselves, which is the world with all that. And that's the Fool's Journey in life. And that is the 22 cards that signify the journey of the Fool through life. But notice there are choices in all of those. For the Fool to go either way. He has choices to make on his journey. And those 22 and these 56 all talk about every facet of life. I can tell you anything that can happen to somebody in life, and you're going to find them in these cards somewhere. And that's how the tarot works. That is how tarot cards work. And so I lay the cards out to tell me the story of what is going on. Yes, 22 is the master builder. That means, so basically 22 means I'm a 22-4. Okay, in numerology, I am a 22-4. So what that means is everything that I see, I can create. Some people are just an 11-2, which means they have the gift of sight. They can see things and they can understand them. But a 24, they can see them and create them. 33-6 in numerology are your healers. They have the power of healing. And a 44-8 have the God curse. They live a karmatic life. For everything they do good, they get paid threefold. For everything they do bad, they pay threefold. They get bad karma. So it's like, I call it the God curse, the 44-8s in numerology. So, and you'll learn that in numerology. How do you know your numbers? You add them up. So you add up your birth date, you add up your month, your day, and your year, but you add them separately, and you don't break spiritual numbers. And usually to get it to become a 44-8, you have to have at least one or two spiritual numbers in your name, in your birthday. Because it's hard to get a 44-8. There's only a few people that I've read that have a 44-8. And you usually have to be born like on the 22nd, because you can't break 22. Then the other two numbers have to equal 22. Or you know what I'm saying? So you have to have you got to be born like in November 22, November 22nd. So that's 33. Then the other numbers got to equal 11. So it's really hard to be a 44-8. But I've only met a few in my lifetime. And those people live very karmatic lives. Very karmatic lives. Yeah, but I need your year too. I got March 10th, but I need the year 19 what? So 310, that's 3 and 10. That's 3 and 1, that's 4. And then you got so that's 3. So 3, 10, 3. So 3 and 1 is 4 and 3 is 7. So yeah, you're a 7. Let's see. Can I get a mini breakdown of what they already know about these numbers? Like, what do you mean? Like what each number means, Teresa? Okay, so spiritual numbers are 7, 11, 22, 33, and 44. That's your spiritual numbers. All numbers have a meaning. So you got 1 through 9. In those numbers, 7 is a spiritual number. And then out past that, the numbers you don't break down to a single number is if something equals in like either the month, day, or year, if something equals 11, 22, 33, or 44, you never break it down. It has to stay that number. And so like 11 means you have the gift of sight. 22 means that whatever you see, you can build. So whatever you see, you can create. 33 means you've got the gift of healing. And it doesn't mean that you are a phenomenal healer. It just means that people are comforted by you. And a 44-8 means you got the God curse. So what I call the God curse. It means you have to live a karmatic life. So Daphne, I'll do you first. So I can't break Daphne's 11. So she's 11. Her 27 is a 9. So she's 11 and 11 plus 9, which is 20, plus 9. She's a 29. So Daphne is an 11-2. So she's an 11/2, which means Daphne has the gift of sight. Okay. Daphne has the gift of sight. Wait, let me see if I did that right. No, Daphne, because you're an 11. 11 plus 9 is 20. Yeah, 29. And then 2 plus 9 is 11 again. So yeah, you're an 11. So you're an 11-2, Daphne, which means that you have the gift of sight. You're also about rhythm and timing. You don't like to argue and fight. So that's what you are. Let's see. Hold on. Y'all getting crazy on me now. I'm going down the line. So I did that. Daphne, check. Pam, 1, 11. So that's 12. And then 23 is a 5. So 12 and 5 is 17. Pam, you're an 8, which is power and money. Mary, your 3 and 8 is 11. Can't break 11. And then she is a 6. So 11 and 6 is 17. You're an 8, Mary. That's power and money. And Miriam, 4 and 8 is 12. 12 and 13 is 25. Miriam, you're a 7. You're a spiritual number. It means you sevens are people who they have a unique spirituality. They usually are their own type of person. You never if they need to walk when a 7 gets angry or mad, you need to walk away, let them figure it out, and come back later. Never push them in a corner. That's the thing about 7s. They're unique to their own spirituality. They have their own type of spirituality. Kim, you're a 1, Kim. So you like new beginnings. You get bored real easy. You can procrastinate. That's because you're a perfectionist. Let's see. And so Debbie, you're a 7 plus 5. 7 and 5 is 12. So you are a 7 and 5. So you're a 3, Debbie. You got the gift of gab. You're very creative, either mentally or with your hands. One or the other. You're very good with creativity. Very good with projects of some type, either with your hands or your mind. Susan, I know you know what you are because you took the class. And add out loud again. I will. Give me your birthday, Teresa. I'll do it for you. I'll add yours out loud. Give me your full birthday. And then I'll teach y'all something else about numerology. That's pretty cool. So you're 12, and so you're 3 and 2 is 5. So 12 is 3 because 1 plus 2 is 3. So you got to do just the day, and it's not a spiritual number, so it's 3. 2 plus 0 is 2. So that's 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay? And your last number is 18, which is a 9. So you are a 5. So you're a 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 9 is 14, which is a 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. Get it? You're a 5. See how I got that? 1 plus 2 is 3, so you write a 3 below your month. 2 plus 0 is 2. You write a 2 below your month. Okay, 1 plus 9 plus 8 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9, so you write a 9 below your month. Then you add all of those across. 3 plus 2 plus 9 is equal to 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. So you're a 5. You bring it down to one number. And there's a simple way to do it. You cross out everything that equals 9. So if I cross out the 9 in your birth date and the 8 and the 1, you got the 2, a 2, and a 1 left. That's 5. That's another cheat way to do it. That's how you can get it the cheat way. You felt like it. Oh wow. I don't remember any of that, Tina. When I'm in my right brain, thank you, but I don't remember none of that. I read so many people, and I'm in my right head. I don't remember anything. That's one of the curses of mediumship. And so that's a little bit of numerology. So, and when you take the course, I'll also we teach y'all something else cool. So there's a thing called what is your universal year and your personal year. Well, the universal year is what everybody's in. So everybody's in 2025. So 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. So everybody's in a 9 year. But if you want to know what your personal year is, you got to add your month and your day. I'm not saying that right. Yeah, add your month and your day and add it to the personal year. And that is where you're at right now. So everybody who, if you just add your month and day because it's a 9 year, that's what year you're in. So an example, I'll use Debbie Longstreet. She's 10-6, so that's 7. 7 plus 9 is 16. So she's in a 7-9 year right now. So spiritually, this year, Debbie's going to have a lot of come to Jesus moments because she's in a 7 personal year and a 9 university. And everybody's going through a lot of endings this year. Lots of people. There's going to be a lot of death this year around nation, like worldwide, not just nation, worldwide. Just because we're in a 9 year, we usually lose a lot of movie stars in a 9 year. A lot of famous people usually pass in a 9 year. And so to find out what your personal year is, and university is always is the year that you're in, and you just do the digits. But then you take your month and day and add it to your personal year. But since we're in a 9, whatever your month and day is makes it that's what you are, because we're in a 9 year. So everybody's in their core year this year. So I'm in a 4-9. This is going to be a very hard ending year for me because I'm in a 4-9 year. So that's going to be rough. Going to be rough. Going to be rough. Going to be rough. But anyway, so it's just the way the numbers fall. Yes, Peter Griffin. We did the numbers for we did, and I think it was in, I don't know if it was in Susan's class or the class before. Maybe you remember. We did what was Diddy's what was Diddy's boyfriend's name? The singer from Canada. What's his name? Can see his face, and he's a famous singer. I can't think of it. Oh God, why am I drawing a blank? Because I'm in my right brain. I can't think. Um, Bieber. Yes, we did Justin Bieber's numbers, and boy, they called him out. Ooh, they called him out big time. We did Justin Bieber's numerology numbers about his throughout his life. Man, they showed all the trials and tribulations this boy was going through. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was totally crazy. So Tina, what is yours? 3 plus 1 is 4. Plus 8 is 13. So 3, right? 3, 4. So 4 plus 8 is 13. So you're, wait, did I say that right? 3 plus 1 is 4. Plus 8 is 13. So you're a 4. You're like me. You're a 4. You like truth. You like hard work, truth, honesty, security. That's what you're all about, Tina. Hard work. You'll work all your life, or you'll always want truth, honesty, and security. That's always important to 4s. 4s are all about that. How did I get 8 on what? For you, put up your birth date again. You're in a 4-8. It means it's just gonna be a hard year. It's a hard endings for us, which means we're gonna have to get rid of stuff that we don't really want to get rid of. Hey, Robert. Robert. I don't know. Robert took mediumship. He didn't. I don't know if he took the numerology or the tarot. We were talking about tarot today. So Tina, okay. So Tina, I'm gonna. No. Tina, you're a 4. Elizabeth, put up after her day. Okay, so wait. So Tina, you're a 2, and 22 is 24. 24 plus 24 plus 23. 24 plus 23 is 47. So you're in a, so Elizabeth, wait, let me make sure I'm getting that right. Hold on. Wait, no, because I got to bring it down to one number. So 10, 23 is a 5. So 2 is 24. It keeps jumping. 24 plus 5, right? 10 and 13 is 23. That's just a 5. So 24 and 5 is 29. So Elizabeth, you're an 11 too. You're an 11 too. I told you something different. I'm sorry. Because 2 plus 22 is 24. and then 19 and 13 is 10. I'm sorry, 10 and 13 is 23, which is a 5. So that's 24 and 5 is 29. And so that means you're an 11 too, which means you have the gift of sight, darling. Mary, you are 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 and 14, 11. And so 8, hold on. Remember 11, Mary. 10 and 14 is 24. That's a 6. So you are 14. No. The screen keeps jumping, so I keep losing my place. 3 plus 8 is 11. So okay, I got that. Then 10 plus 14 is plus 14 is 24, which is a 6. So you're 11 plus 6 is 17. You're an 8. So I was right on you, Mary. You're an 8. And Denise, you're a 10, which is a 1, plus 9 is 10. And then she is 10 plus 6 is 16. So she's a 7. So that's 10 plus 7 is 17, right? 10 plus 7 is 17. So you're an 8, Denise. Did I say that right? Let me just make double sure. 9 and 9. I take that out. Yep, you're an 8. There's a way to cheat. If you take your birth date and you scratch out everything that totals 9, whatever's left over is what you are. But you won't know if you're a spiritual number if you do it that way. But it will tell you your base number. So Robert is 3 plus 9 is 12. 12, and then he's 10 and 8 is 18. So that's 9, right? So that's why he jumped. That's 3. Robert, you are a 3. That's the gift of gab, creative, can talk your way out of a ticket, those kind of things. You're a 3, Rob. So yes, Rob's a 3. So yep. So there's a lot of tricks in numerology, but I am going to teach this class again for everybody. And since I just read everybody's numerology, that's my readings for the night. I'm not doing a bunch of other readings. So so Jennifer, you are 5. So let's see. So 2 and 8 is 10. So I'm going to remember that. That's 10. And then you got 10 plus 12 is 22. You can't break 22 because your last number is 22. So 22 and 1 is 23. So yes, you're a 5. You are right. And your personal year is going to be your universal is 9, and your personal should be 2 plus 17 is 2 plus 17 is 9, right? No, 8, 10. No, right. 1. Yeah, your personal is a 1. You're in a 1 personal and a 9 universal. Yes. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I said that wrong. Yeah, it's a month and day, and then your 9 is going to be whatever your month and day is going to be what you are for your personal and universal this year. So we're not a 4. I said that wrong because I'm 725, which is 14. I'm in a 5-9. I'm in change. So where's my other 4 friend? Who I said was like me. That you may not be a 4. I have to look at your first 2 numbers. I said that wrong to you. It's whatever your first 2 numbers are. Brought down to 1 digit. That's what you are. It's not your full thing. It's just the first 2, month and day. I said, because I'm actually a 5-9, not a 4-9. So Tina, let me see. Where's your birthday at again? Let me go scroll up. Let me find you. There you are. So Tina, you're in a you are. You're 12-10. Yeah, you are in a 4. Because you're in a 12-10 year. So you are a 4-9, which is a rough. It's a hard year. I'm in a 5-9. I'm in a lot of change this year, which I am. Change and endings. Change and endings. What is my personal number? So Pam, let me find what is your month and day again? Give me your month and day, Pam. So I don't have to go scroll back and try to find it. So you're in a 3-9 year. Creative endings this year. You're going to create your own endings. You're going to get rid of people that ain't working because you got tired of them. Creative endings. I love it. I love it, Pam. That's a good one. I wish I was in a 3-9. So what is 1 and 9? Well, 1 is about beginnings and endings. You're gonna start stuff and get rid of stuff. 1 is all about beginnings and endings. I mean, 9 is about, so 9 is a 9 is not also just about, 9 in a year is usually about endings, but 9 is also about humanitarian. It's also about cleansing. It's about getting rid of stuff. It's about it's also about like going inside that attic and getting rid of stuff that just doesn't belong there anymore. It's like cleaning house. The 9 year is really about just like reevaluating things. I mean, I'm in a 4 year. If I'm 310, yes, you're in a 4-9. If you're 310, you're in a hard year of endings. And again, hard year might mean you might quit a job. You might move away from home. You might put somebody out of your life, something that's very hard for you to do. It doesn't always mean, and it doesn't always mean, it doesn't always mean the death of something, We all going to experience a lot of death this year because we're in a 9 year. There'll be a lot of movie stars, a lot of people. I had a good friend where I used to work pass away. Rob, do you remember? Do you remember? I don't know if I should say it online. Just Rob. Rob, do you remember? I can say the first name. Rob, you remember Val at night? From Respiratory. Very nice person. Used to work with us. She was from there from the beginning. Oh, he left. Oh, we lost a friend that I think he knew. So anyway, very, very beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. One of my work partners passed away. Worked with Rob and I. But anyway, yeah. Send some love her way. She was a lot of fun. So anyway, so that's a little bit of numerology, and that's how you get your birthday. Now, also in numerology, you have to take your birth name. Yeah. Oh, that's all right. You also take your birth name as it is on your birth certificate, not your married name and the full name. You got your first, middle. If you have another middle in your last name, and then you write the vowel numbers on the top, and you write your consonants on the bottom. And then every letter has a number. And if you're English, then it's every language, like Magni. You want to do Magni? He has the Norwegian has different vowels, so it has some different numbers. But if you're English, it's basically A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so forth. So you count up to 9. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. And you go back to 1. J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. R is 9. And go back. S is 1. S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z is that 8. So, and Y, if it follows a vowel, it's a consonant. If it follows a consonant, it's a vowel. And that's how you get your name. and you put the vowels on the top of your name. Well, the numbers on top of on top. So for every vowel in your name, you put the number on the top, and for every consonant, you put the consonants on the bottom. And then you add up in each piece of your name the vowels all the way across, the consonants all the way across. And the vowels talk about your soulmate and the love of your life, like what you look for in a mate. Now I'm really getting y'all interested, huh? That's the vowels in your name. So that's how you do that. Look at Wendy. Oh, so that's how you do that. So you take your name and you spell it just how it is on your birth certificate. It has to be exactly how your parents named you, because it's a reason. And then you you line it up, and then you take every vowel in your name. If it's A, it's a 1. If it's an I, it's a 9. If it's an E, it's a 5. So A is 1, E is 5, I is 9, O is, I think it's 6. Let me just check. J, K, L, M, N, O. Yes, O is a 6. U, S, T, U. U is a 3. So, and like I said, A, E, I, O, U, and Y is S, T, U, V, W, X. A Y is a 7, but it only goes on top if it's followed by a consonant. It's the only time it's considered a vowel. So you do the vowels in your name, in your whole name, first, middle, and last, and you add them all up and bring it down to one number, and then I can tell you about the love of your life. Tell you what kind of person you want in your life. So, isn't that wild? So you're an 11 too. So you want a guy just like you. Well, now I know why. Now I know why you're not dating nobody. I'm just kidding. I had to go there. Ooh, she wants somebody just like her. Oh, I know you just spit your drink, Mary. Yeah. Oh. And I'm going to really laugh if I do your mama's name and she's got the same number as you. Then we're going to really have a good time with that one. So let's see. So Pamela, 1, 5 is 1 and 5 is 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16. You're looking for Pam. You're looking for a guy who is honest, secure, very balanced, straightforward, hardworking. That's what you're looking for. By your numbers. Let's see, Tina. 10, 11, 19, 24, 25, 26. You're looking for, Tina's looking for a rich man. I can go in more detail, but I'm just having fun with it. But Tina, really, you're looking for power and money. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's see. 8, 14, 20. 8, 14, 20, 21, 26, 27, 32. Mary, you're looking for a man who, you're looking for somebody wild. You're looking for a man who you can't keep up with. Because you're looking for a 5. You're looking for constant movement, constant change. You're looking for a man who will not bore you. Obviously. So, Amy, we're talking about numerology, and I'm trying to tell them the kind of man they want in their lives. Because they given me, we talked about tarot, Amy, And then we talked about the numbers in the cards, and then the numbers turned into more numbers, and now we're talking about the numbers in their like their name and the kind of men they want by the numbers in their name. That's all right. You can have two numbers, and I can do you. I'll do you, Whitney. So 9 and 5 is 14, 15, 24, 24, 29, 29, 34, 35. You're an 8. You're looking for power and money too. Somebody who has direction, somebody who has power, somebody who has money, somebody who's very kind of can give you direction. So there's a little bit more to it, but that's just the basis if I was doing your chart. So Gwen, you're looking for somebody, let's see, 5, 10, 17, 22, 28, 29, 29, and 39. You're looking for somebody creative, Gwen. You want somebody that's going to be very creative, very talkative. You want somebody else to take the spotlight. You want somebody like that just kind of can, just has the gift of gab, somebody who's going to entertain you. Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's going so fast I can't keep up. Let's see. 9 and 5 is 14. 14 and 5 is 19. 20. 20. 25 and 3. 25 and 3 is 28. That's a 1. You look for somebody that's creative, somebody that likes to start new things, somebody who does like to sit back and does to do projects and likes to like the plan stuff. We like the planner, Tracy. 0 is what number? What do you mean 0? Oh, O. O is up. Let me see. I think it's 6. I think I was counting it at 6. Let me see. J, K, L, M, N. Oh, yeah. O is 6. That's what I thought. I don't know what is 50. Elizabeth Smith. What is. Okay, so for Denise, it's 5. 5 and 9 is 14. Well, we got 10 and 5. 10 and 9 is 19. 20. 21 and 5 is 26. You want the money and power too, Denise. You want somebody that's got control, somebody that can tell you, knows what to do, can make decisions, that kind of stuff. Well, then it's a 5. Just bring it down to one number. And your consonants in your name, you add the consonants. And I'm not adding everybody's consonants. Book a session. Get a book, okay, if you want to know all about your chart. But the consonants tell you how people look at you, like what people think about you. And then when you add the two together, it tells you how you walk into your later life. So that's a little bit more about numerology. Ooh. So that's what your name tells you. So your birthday tells you a lot, your month and day tells you a lot, and then your name tells you a lot. And then you break your name out into years. Like your name goes out into years, and those years compute to numbers down this way. And then it talks about the patterns of how things happen to you in life. And the lady who taught me this was so good at reading the patterns in life. She could tell women when they lost their period and when they lost their virginity. She was good. Hey, Armani. Wait. Okay, so is that your middle name too, Armani? Do you want me to is that your full name, including the middle name? There's no middle name. That is your name on the birth certificate? Is that your full name? That's your full name. There's no birth last name. No middle name. Okay. So that's your full name. So 1, 2, 11. 11 and 6 is 17. 17 and 5 is 22. 31 and 6 is 37. That's a 1. And I would, yeah, so that means you're looking for a 1. You're looking for the person you would pick to be with is someone who's very good with projects. Somebody who likes to start new things or try different things. Somebody who, they procrastinate a lot, but it's because they like to do things to perfection. That's the kind of person that you would look to be with. So that's your ideal type of person. You want somebody who likes to start new things, but they can procrastinate. And I know Tyler. But yeah, I mean, and he loves. He loves projects. He doesn't like to be tied down to anything. He likes to do different types of projects. So rather than being tied down to one particular thing, he likes to do different things. So that makes sense with him. And that kind of attracts you too. And I know your hobbies, so it makes sense. 1. Right. Oh, 558. So 4 is your conscience. So people look at you as a hard worker. Yeah. That was Tyler. Yep. So yeah, and then Ash just had, so that's her heart's desire. That's the vowels in her name. That's what she looks for in somebody. So that's why she picked you. That is why she picked you. And your consonants come to a 4, Elizabeth. So yeah, so what that says that people look at you as somebody who works hard, as somebody who's honest, somebody who's reliable, somebody who gets the job done. That's what 4s are. It's how people look at you. Trustworthy. Now there, like I said, charts have y'all ever seen a numerology chart? I'm gonna go grab one for you. It's a lot. Like what I'm giving you is just barely the surface. Let me see, I've got one right here. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all some cool stuff. So first of all, I'm gonna show you a blank chart, and then I think I might have one that's got writing in it. But this is, here's one that's filled out. No, this isn't a blank chart. This is one that's actually filled out. This is a numerology chart. Let me do it this way. And this is where, over here is where the birth date is. And this box up here is where the name goes. And there's the vowels, there's the consonants, where they both go. And then there is where the name gets broken down. And all of that is numbers in there. So that's a lot. And then, if you're ever going to take a course, you need to get these 2 books. So I'm going to recommend, if you ever want to take a numerology course with me, you have to get these 2 books, and they're dirt cheap. They're on Amazon. You can get them off of Amazon. You can get them anywhere. It's called The Complete Book of Numerology by David A. Phillips, PhD. This is one of the books that you must get to take the course, because these are your reference books. This is where you get all the meanings and all the stuff that you're going to need to do. These are your resources. This is one. And then the other book is Numerology, The Romance in Your Name. And this is by Juno Jordan. And this is the other book that you have to get. And if you ever forget the names, it's on my website under the numerology course. these books are located, but you can get them, and and I think you can get both of these for under $25 for both of them, under $20 probably now, because these are old books, but they're great reference books for numerology. And I teach you how to create a book, because some numbers are stationary in numerology. Okay, some numbers are stationary, so they don't change. Like the numbers in your name doesn't change. The numbers in your birth date don't change, but as the years grow, those things change. So you can create. I can create something that can give you some things all about your life. Then you can add to it. So I create a book when I do a numerology called Numbers for Life. And I should tell you that person's name or birth date, but anyway, that's a client. Well, you don't see his life. And I create this. I put it in a folder, and then I put together the chart. This is that guy's chart. That would be his numerology chart that he comes and gets a reading for. All those squares have a number or a letter in them. And then I put together this book for him, which talks about his birth force, his heart's desire, and all the different little things. And this is all the stationary numbers that he can have as a reference to go back and look after our session. What's really cool with this book is that it's a great gift for newborns, because you can map out their life. You can map out their life for a long time, you can map out their life for however. Like you can go 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 18 years, and then see what really happens with them. See if they really fit that pattern. Now, granted, God has the will in there. Something you could do it for 100 years, but they're going to probably die before they're 100 years old. But you could see the patterns in their life by looking at their numerology, and you can see what they've gone through all of that. So, and kids born today, because of the changing of the years and the numbers in the years, you can see why the personalities in children have changed from the 1900s into the 2000s. Just because of the number changes. It's really wild. Like I did a lot of people born in 2005, 2000, 2002, and they got a lot of twos and stuff and zeros in their names, and they had some wild charts. And these kids' personalities that I was doing, because I was doing whole families of numbers, and it was just crazy. It was crazy, some of the things that were coming out. It was really interesting, to see the flow of the charts for those kids. And so numerology is a really interesting course. It really is. And it shows a lot. And it's Pythagorean's numerology. So on one day I will do the PowerPoint online for you guys, the initial PowerPoint that we do for the first class of it. Because it's an online PowerPoint. It's about an hour long. And so it's not even an hour long. We can zip through it. It kind of goes over the basic things that I kind of told you guys tonight. So yeah, it's really good to do it for your grandchildren or a newborn. So bye, Kim. Good night, Kim. Sleep well, love. So anyway, oh Lord, it's that late already. Been on an hour and a half. I usually don't stay on that long. Numerology is a fun topic. So anyway, so there is numerology in the tarot tomorrow night. It was your favorite? Thank you, Kelly. Kelly, we need to talk soon. And Mary, we need to talk soon. I need to talk to both of you very soon. So anyway, folks, I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Tomorrow night, I am going to have the PowerPoint for the tarot up, and we're going to talk about tarot. And I am going to do a tarot class pretty soon. I do have a lot of people interested in that. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So please join in and let's have some fun. All right. I'll talk to you then. Thank you for joining me. Bye.